What if the most successful YouTuber on the planet is secretly terrified of being forgotten? He gives away jets, islands, and millions of dollars, but can't give himself permission to rest. Ever wonder why MrBeast films videos like the world's ending tomorrow? Like if he stops uploading, he stops existing? This isn't just hustle. It's high-functioning panic with a camera crew. Today, we're diving into the psychology of never-enoughness, why even billions of views can't fill an emotional black hole. And if you've ever felt like, I'll rest when I've earned it, this video is about you too. Smash that like button before MrBeast gives it away in a MrBeast video. Let's just state the obvious. MrBeast is everywhere. He owns YouTube like Jeff Bezos owns foreheads. He gives away cars, islands, literal briefcases of cash, and somehow still posts like he owes someone rent. And yeah, it's impressive, inspiring, terrifying. Because underneath all that generosity, there's a question no one seems to ask. Why can't he stop? Why does the biggest creator on earth work like he's still trying to prove he exists? And more importantly, why does that feel weirdly familiar? Most people look at MrBeast and see a success story. Psychologists, they see a case study. Specifically, Alfred Adler would see a classic case of overcompensation. He believed that people who grow up feeling unseen, small, or powerless often respond by becoming the opposite. Powerful, loud, impossible to ignore. Sound familiar? MrBeast has said himself, "I didn't really have a life. All I did was YouTube." That's not a grind set quote. That's a survival strategy. He didn't want to win the algorithm. He wanted to not disappear. Why your brain turns success into a full-time job it never pays off. Here's the trap. Every time he levels up, bigger giveaways, more views, more stunts. The goal post moves. It's not addiction to success. It's addiction to relief. And relief wears off fast, like chewing gum, full of flavor at first. And then suddenly you're just gnawing on rubber, hoping for more. You get the dopamine, you get the praise, but it doesn't stick. It just slides off like your brain's coated in Teflon. Have you felt this? You finish a project. Everyone claps. Your friends say, "Wow, you killed it." Your brain says, "Cool, but what if that was a fluke?" 5 minutes later, you're researching how to one-up yourself. You open Canva with no idea what you're even designing. You don't even like what you're doing anymore. But stopping feels like failure. That's not ambition. That's emotional debt collection. You're not trying to win something. You're trying to outrun something. Like if you stop moving, the silence might say something you're not ready to hear. On the outside, it looks like motivation. On paper, productivity. On YouTube, legacy building. On the inside, it's high-functioning burnout with 4K resolution. You're smiling in meetings, uploading on time, making reels, writing captions, overthinking captions, deleting them, rewriting them, adding emojis. Fire or sparkles? What's the brand? Meanwhile, your soul is dragging a low battery sign behind your eyeballs and your body's filing complaints with your nervous system. MrBeast isn't just grinding for fun. He's grinding like there's a hidden bomb under his edit timeline, and the only way to survive is to keep uploading. And hey, maybe you're not posting Squid Game 2, but maybe you're working 3 jobs in your head while telling your mom you're just tired. We treat burnout like a personality now. My toxic trait? I work too hard, lol. Okay? But also, are you okay? Why chasing more eventually gives you less. Now enter Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor, psychiatrist, man who literally built his entire therapy model around one idea. We need meaning to survive. He wrote, "When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. And in our world, pleasure's everywhere. Views, notifications, follower milestones. Bro, you went viral. But meaning takes silence, stillness, reflection. And if you're afraid of stopping, you'll mistake validation for value. That's the trap. You feel empty, you work more, you go viral, you feel nothing, you panic, you work again. It's like emotional treadmill cardio. You sweat, you move. But where did you actually go? And this is where it gets dark. When your work becomes your identity, failure starts to feel like death. So you just keep climbing a ladder that never ends, hoping the top will give you peace, when it was asking for your attention the whole time. What happens if you actually slow down? Let's be honest. If MrBeast stops, he doesn't just lose momentum. He risks meeting the version of himself that's been buried under deadlines since 2013. That's the scariest part. Not burning out, but not knowing who you are without the burn. What happens when there's no upload to schedule? No comment to chase? No title to optimize? That's when the real voice shows up. The one that asks, "Who are you?" when you're not producing. And most of us, we don't know. We were taught that worth comes from output, not existence. That we only matter if we're useful. Even in rest, we feel like we need to justify it. I earned this nap. I worked hard enough to not feel guilty. But true rest doesn't ask for proof. It just asks for permission. Let's be real. You're not building Squid Game in a warehouse, but you're definitely checking your email like it's going to reveal your destiny. You send replies with perfect grammar. Add a few "no worries if not." Even when you definitely do have worries. You reread your text like you're editing a memoir. You finish a task and open 5 new tabs just to avoid the existential black hole that is nothing to do. You hustle so hard, you forget what you're hustling for. Let's bring it home. You don't need to delete your channel or quit your job or run into the woods and start a mushroom farm. Unless, that sounds kinda amazing. But you do need to do this. 1. Pause. Without guilt. Not a nap. Not a scroll break. A real pause. One where you ask, am I doing this because it matters or because I'm afraid to stop? 2. Redefine what enough looks like. If your only definition of success is the next thing, you'll never arrive. Start measuring peace, not just productivity. 3. Let silence be part of your soundtrack. You don't have to fill every second with sound. Sometimes, meaning walks in during the quiet. And most importantly, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. But if your why is just, so I don't feel like nothing, then you're not building a life. You're just fighting extinction. Drop a comment saying, "I refuse to win the game just to lose myself," and smash that like button before MrBeast gives it away in a challenge where the winner gets inner peace.